Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another of my PlayStation 4 reviews. And today's review is for the newly released space adventure puzzle game, I suppose is the best way to describe it, Deliver Us the Moon. Now this is a game, I suppose, if you are a fan of this sort of space adventure game, mystery, then this is probably going to be a game that you're going to enjoy. It's not an overly long game. You'll probably complete it certainly in less than 10 hours, and it's got a reasonably compelling story. And the story is, sometime in the near future, the world's energy supplies has run out, basically. So we colonized the moon, and we found this wonderful energy supply on the moon, and it was completely in abundance up there. So we colonized the moon and started developing this energy source and firing it directly to the Earth. And all is well and good, apart from when the moon goes dark and all the energy is then cut off from the Earth. The space program is closed down. I don't know why they didn't send somebody up immediately, but they didn't. And so several years later, a ragtag crew has put together a space mission to go back to the moon. However, you are the only astronaut on this space mission, and it is your job to get to the moon and find out why everything went dark those years previously, and hopefully get the production of this energy supply turned back on so Earth can get back to normal. That's basically the story that we get here. Now, this game is not exactly what I would describe as a thriller minute. It's actually quite a chilled out game, but you need to have your brain turned on when you play it, because it's one of those games where literally every door you walk through or every section that you go into, there is a new challenge, there is a new puzzle, there's a new mystery to solve, and it ranges from moving obstacles around to places, reading things, gathering clues as to what's happening, piecing the puzzle together and trying to figure out the mystery of what's gone on this fabled moon mission. So you're basically walking around, looking at things, reading things, and solving problems and puzzles and things like that. And they do range from a whole array of things, trying to figure out how to open doors, trying to figure out how you can get your oxygen supply working properly, trying to figure out how to open the next section of doors, trying to figure out how you can get your drone partner up and running on the moon base, because the only company you have in this game is you pick up a few audio recordings as you're going through the game, so you get to listen to things that have gone wrong, and you get to listen to people that were on this moon base, and they're all pieces of the puzzle to try and figure out what's going on, and the odd call from Earth here and there. But other than that, you're on your own basically, and the only companion you've got is like this drone ASR type thing that essentially unlocks doors and goes in places like ducts and things like that you can't fit, and that's basically the only companion you've got in this game. It's quite a lonely game. But if you are interested in space adventures, if you've ever wanted to be an astronaut, and who hasn't, let's be honest, there's quite a bit of enjoyment in this game, even if it's not a thriller minute. Now, the game itself looks at times pretty impressive. Now, this is not obviously a AAA title. It's not a full priced game. I paid $19.99 in the UK for this, so you couldn't ever describe it as a AAA title, but it does actually look the part, and certain sections of the game or certain parts of the game look quite impressive for sure, but it obviously isn't polished up to the standard of games with heavier price tags than this, but it certainly does alright, I would like to suggest. Now, this game can be deeply frustrating at times because it doesn't hold your hand at all. You kind of, just through logic and common sense, have to figure out what you need to do next. Now, you do have this PDR thing on your wrist that you can look at, and you press it and it brings it up, and it tells you, or it'll give you hints of what you need to do to get through to the next level, but it doesn't tell you how you need to do it or where you need to go to make sure that happens. You've got to basically walk around these sections, see what levers you might need to pull, see where you need to convert power to, read a few things, because there's some doors you'll need to get to and you don't have the code for it, so you've got to wander around, find clues to what the codes to the doors are, listen to audio tapes and all that kind of stuff to try and figure out how to get through to the next section. Now sometimes that's relatively easy because it is really just common sense what you need to do, and there are other times where it's not as easy and it isn't just as clear as what you're going to do, and it really just depends on your level of patience, I think, whether you're going to enjoy this game. If you're not a patient gamer, I don't recommend you buying this game because it will probably frustrate the hell out of you. And there are some sections as well that are frustrating for frustrating's sake, and it's got nothing to do with that you can't figure out what to do. You know exactly what you need to do, you just can't bloody do it, and that can be incredibly frustrating at times. Redoing a section over and over again because you failed it the last time. And I don't want to spoil it by saying some sections, but there's some cinematic sections in this game, if you like, especially when things go wrong and you've got to kind of get through that section before the game will save, if you like, because it's got auto save on it, this game. You can't just save on the fly, and those sections can indeed be quite frustrating. Once you get up to the moon, I mean, it's quite a linear game. I would never describe this game as open world because it certainly isn't, but you do have the option to do some exploration on the moon using a moon buggy and things like that, but it's not, there's no one I don't think could ever describe this as like open world or anything like that. It's mainly get in the moon buggy, go to this next section and investigate there. Once you've done there, you get in the moon buggy, go to the next section, investigate there, and it's really just a mystery to solve. It's just set on the moon and you're an astronaut. So saying all those things, do I think it's worth checking out? Well, again, I do say this depends on what kind of gamer you are. If you want something fairly quick to play, it's not going to take you an overly long time to complete it, and if you're quite a patient gamer and you like these type of games with a bit of mystery, a decent enough story, then yeah, I think it probably is worth checking out. But please don't be expecting anything really exciting and really revolutionary. It's really more about getting the grey matter working and trying to figure out how to get to the next section here, there and everywhere. There's no space aliens diving all over you, none of that business. It's just really you and the moon base. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's certainly a decent game, but it is nothing spectacular. So that's my review for Deliver Us the Moon. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching.